Welcome to Weixin News, broadcasting at 11:30 p.m. Monday, October 30th. This is Fiona, serving the news for you. First off, we're watching the footage of administrative affairs of disaster elimination. Following Grandmaster Hunyuan Chanshi's instruction to dispel wars and pray for world peace, every virtuous fellow should chant sutras for 15 million times before May 11, 2018, which also is the day of the Wang Chan Lao's birthday celebration and Water-Earth ritual on March 26 of the lunar calendar. Disaster elimination is the core objective for Weixin Shengjiao's religious practice. Through tour propagation of sutra chanting, we hope everyone could transcend the barriers of religious beliefs and participate actively.
In order to promote chanting and to finish the heavenly mandate of chanting, Weixin Shengjiao Marine Foundation Secretary General Master Yuan Dao and Deputy Secretary General Master Yuan De went around every branch temples to start the propaganda trip. On October 19th and 20th, they went to Tucheng Anxin Bridge Temple and Shilin Anxin Bridge Temple held a conference about the importance of chanting, inviting every branch president to launch everyone to chant sutra to pray for world peace. On the October 19th night, Master Yuan Dao told every religious fellow that the energy of chanting is very huge. For instance, the confrontation between the United States and Soviet at that time, and the recent conflict between India and China, because our virtuous fellows of Weixin Shengjiao kept chanting to transfer the merits. In the end, we eliminated the dispute and war. Also, Master Yuan Dao said, Grandmaster Hunyuan Chanshi instructed us to chant it has its reason. If everyone does it every day, and it will be finished eventually. Everyone shouldn't give up because the mentor is hard to find. Came to Shilin Anxin Bridge Temple, Master Yuan De told everybody that chanting could eliminate categorism, such as the holes that we eliminated through chanting, which is our main purpose. Chanting could make us wise and eliminate disasters. It is also our wish. Master Yuan Dao also told the only Wang Chan Lao Zu lead us to chant, and then we could eliminate disasters. The hunger and the war must be eliminated. Only each family has no trouble, and there would be no more war. The rich fellows should keep working on finish the mission, that the chanting merit could transfer to the world to achieve the purpose of Weixin Shengjiao. Weixin News.
According to Grandmaster Hunyuan Chanshi's instruction, every religion has its predestination. Weixin Shengjiao is an altruistic religion, and the core of our religious practice includes completing every administrative affairs of eliminating disaster. Following Wang Chan Lao Zu's instruction, Grandmaster Hunyuan Chanshi instructed that at 9 a.m. October 20th, at the heavenly altar of Chanji Shan Xianfo Temple, we should set up the tracing back the origin, resolving grievance, and returning to our hearts, one world and one family, 99 Chongyang National Protection and Disaster Elimination Ritual. The ritual synchronizes with the ritual, thousand spirits returning to their hearts, National Protection and Disaster Elimination on September 9th of the lunar calendar at Japan Osaka Branch Temple. We wish to pray together for resolving grievance, eliminating disaster, and the whole world as one family.
Weixin Shengjiao held tracing back the origin, resolving grievances, and returning to their heart, one world, one family, double night Chongyang National Protection and Disaster Elimination Ritual at Heavenly Altar of Xianfo Temple on October 20th. Master Yuan Meng, together with chanting masters and Deputy Secretary General of Weixin Shengjiao Merit Foundation, Master Yuan Yi, lead virtuous fellows to administer the ritual. In order to achieve our goal, one world, one family, and resolve resentment from Chinese nation's historical generations, Weixin Shengjiao piously held this ritual and sincerely invited 917 Chinese emperor spirit, 124 Japanese emperor spirit, 202 Korea emperor spirits. Qing dynasty Xu Fu landed Japan with his 500 virgin boys and virgin girl spirits. Weixin Shengjiao setting lotus tablet for them to listen to the magnificent preaching and Buddhisms, get rid of ego grasping, and resolve grievances. The ritual chanted Wangcan Laozu performed sutra, Guigu Immortal Masterly Heavenly Virtual Sutra, the Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva Universal Gate Sutra, the Prana Sutra of the Human King who protects his country, and Amitabha Sutra. Thousand spirits were invited to attend the ritual and to accept bestowed food in the Dharma, and then all spirits were piously seen off, return Weixin Pure Land, in further having reached the enlightenment level of Amitabha Buddha and reborn in the Western Buddhist Pure Land eventually. This ritual just happened to coincide with the ritual Thousand Spirits returning to their heart, national protections and disaster elimination at Japan Osaka Branch Temple. We pray for our Chinese ancestors and spirits who originated from the same one root, get rid of ego grasping, resolve grievances. Together pray for a world through peace, the whole world as one family. Weixin News Headquarters, Xianfo Temple.
Take a break. We will come back soon. Usually, we would decorate our house based on our own preference. However, we wouldn't know whether it is peaceful or corresponds to Yi Jing Feng Shui principle or not. By learning Yi Jing Feng Shui, we could know how to decorate our house and how to make things get better. To know more about how to use Yi Jing Feng Shui, let's move on to today's Weixin Shengjiao feature story, applying Yi Jing Feng Shui in our daily lives.
Hello everyone, A弥陀佛. This is Julie. Welcome to Weixin Shengjiao feature story. Grandmaster Hunyuan Chanshi has been preaching Dharma for many decades. He enjoys good relationships with many friends from the educational field. The principals, teachers, scholars, and teaching staff have devoted themselves entirely to education for the next generation. Some educators have been weighed down from the problems happened at school during their teaching career. Today, Weixin Shengjiao feature story will keep serving you how Feng Shui principles help schools overcome their fears and increase the acceptance rate. Unfortunate events kept occurring at a rather big school in Fengyuan Township. Students and teachers have been facing strange ordeals. Every year, the school would lose one teacher and 2 to 3 students in average. Our teaching team is in low morale due to this unfortunate incident, the principal said. In order to resolve the accidents and deaths that occur at schools so frequently, the former magistrate of Taidong County invited Grandmaster Hunyuan Chanshi for a Feng Shui inspection. After investigating Feng Shui of the school, Grandmaster Hunyuan Chanshi pointed out that the orientation of the front door was wrong. In front of the front door were pointy and sharp items which looked like the malicious gathering at the door. This was why so many misfortunes happened. Grandmaster Hunyuan Chanshi suggested that it would be great if the front door could face the Guanyin Mountain. Everyone feel good and comfortable seeing the Guanyin Mountain. The principal, the Committee of Parents-Teacher Association, and the staff all agree with Grandmaster Hunyuan Chanshi's suggestions. So they decided to relocate the front door. Afterwards, everything got better and better. Peace has now been restored to the school. The morale amongst the teachers and students is high, and the acceptance rate has been increasing year over year. Teachers and students of Zhongxin Junior High School in Nantou County had worked and studied hard for getting higher acceptance rate, but the feedback was not sweet. However, there was this chance that connected Grandmaster Hunyuan Chanshi and the school's principal. Grandmaster told the principal that the problem came from the anti-arch floor in front of the front door. They have to relocate the front door changed its orientation to match the feng shui principles. The principal then launched the construction. After they finished the renovation and followed the balanced feng shui principles, everything got better. The balanced feng shui makes campus in peace, study in progress, and the acceptance rate has increased year over year. Feng shui is very scientific. Once you understand and study feng shui, you will know that feng shui is not superstition. Feng shui is a wondrous dharma which helps people to avoid impending troubles and seek good luck. Thank you for turning in Weixin Shengjiao feature story. See you next week.
For richer news, let's watch the footage of Jiayi Branch Temple's disaster elimination and benediction ritual on October 22nd.
唯心圣教嘉义 Branch Temple's disaster elimination and benediction ritual on October 22nd had Master Yuan Meng and the other chanters from Weixin Shengjiao Chanting College to officiate at the ritual. Abbot Yuan Chun performed the main venerate, sincerely invited all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas to come to the mandala and bless all attendees. They summoned spirits and wraiths from the three realms and made an offering of sweet dew at the feast Dharma offering. Hopefully they can understand the essence of Buddhism, let go of egocentrism, and head to the Pure Land after faith. Virtuous fellows arrived at the Jiayi Branch Temple at dawn to help with administrative affairs and attend the ritual. The ritual officially began after purifying the boundaries for the Dharma session and summoned soul, led by Master Yuan Meng. Attendees followed the chanters on chanting Guigu Immortal Master Heavenly Virtual Sutra, and Wang Chan Laozu performed Sutra. Wholeheartedly being grateful to Buddha and Bodhisattva on guarding the Jiayi Branch Temple and made the wheel of transmigration turn unceasingly. We prayed to Buddha and Bodhisattva for the enrichment of health, wealth, safety, and happiness. The offering of sweet dew at the ritual started after noon. Weixin Shengjiao volunteers, led by Team Captain Chen, helped with virtuous fellows to set up the offering tables for all sentient beings. The ritual happily ended with the divine answer toast by Master Yuan Chun. Volunteers and virtuous fellows rapidly worked together to pack the offering tables. Weixin News, Jiayi Branch Temple.
Take a break. We will come back soon. For this week's education news, let's watch the topic lecture of Korean Confucian, wedding and funeral etiquette culture in Weixin Shengjiao College. Take a look.
To fulfill the intention of unity in Chinese descendants, the world as a family, and world peace, Weixin College invited Park Yang-ho, a professor of National Kyung-Pak University, a visiting professor of Weixin College as well, and Kong Byung-sik, a professor of Kimyang University, to lecture on Korean Confucian etiquette of wedding and funeral culture for the teacher's training course in Weixin Shengjiao Yijing University on 21st of the month. Through the lectures, virtuous fellows had a chance to get closer to foreign culture and thus learn respect the cultural difference. Consistent to Grandmaster Huan Yuanchan's philosophy of the world as a family. Before the lecture, Weixin College President Chen Liyue and Vice President Li Zhenmei led Professor Park Yan-ho, Oh Zhongliu, Kong Byung-sik, and Mr. Hawk Lee to Bagua Holy City, Wangchan Laozu Golden Statue, and the three newly constructed buildings of Weixin College. Through the tour and explanation, professors from Korea could understand construction of Weixin Shengjiao aimed at world peace and the overall development and blueprint of Weixin Shengjiao. Professor Park Young-ho, presiding the lecture on Korean Confucian culture, delivered a speech in a Korean traditional Confucian robe, enabling the virtuous fellows to have a glimpse of Korean culture. The Confucianism advocated by Professor Park takes glee as the core and emphasizes the identification of knowledge and practice, which has much to do with Weixin Shengjiao's fusion of Confucianism, Buddhism, and Taoism. He further illustrated Korean Confucian Institute together with educational system and the Confucian ceremony. As for Professor Kong Bin-sik's lecture, he presented virtuous fellows with filmed clips related to ancestor worship ceremonies. The rite, offerings, and the rituals in the clips were rather different from those in Taiwanese culture, which aroused virtuous fellows' great interest and questions. In the end, Professor Kong concluded his lecture with wild chalks, written by Sun King, a Korean poet. In the poem, new twigs grow, yet a willow withers every autumn. Also in first glad, despite numerous splits of nations or parties in Chinese history, descendants still prosper, bearing identical blood of Chinese clans. The concept is exactly corresponding to the instruction of Guigu Immortal Master Heavenly Virtue Sutra, the Sutra of Weixin Shengjiao. All spirits are dominated by Jade Emperor. Transmigration ends nowhere. Hundreds of millions of offspring have descended to this day, and Chinese clans constantly remain. The lectures enable virtuous fellows of the teacher's training course in Weixin Yijing University to acquire not only Yijing Feng Shui, but the cultural difference, consequently coming to the mutual respect. What's more, the academic and cultural exchange with Korea ultimately fulfills Grandmaster Huan Yuanchan's intention of the world as a family and world peace. Weixin News, Weixin Shengjiao College.
The new religion of the world, the Taiwan Weixin Shengjiao, is characterized with the modernity, practicability, and tolerability of the Yijing Feng Shui culture. Weixin English News is dedicated to provide our audience with diverse and abundant contents of Weixin world. Thank you for watching our program today. Stay tuned on every Monday at 11:30 p.m., every Tuesday at 11:30 a.m. and 4:30 p.m. Wang Chan Lao Zu bless you and your family. See you next week.